Welcome to another episode of Drivers4Drivers. I'm Ken Cox. Today we've got Francis Ham, Kenny Kuntz,
That's me.
and a special guest, Joe Marshall.
Francis is with us too.
Did I not say Francis?
He did.
I thought I did.
He wanted to get the joke quick.
And behind the scenes, we got Arnell.
Hey! And we are
Drivers4Drivers.
That was pathetic.
I almost forgot to even say it.
We'll have to redo it next time.
All right.
That's right.
Joe,
Yes.
what do you do?
I was load planner for the majority of my time at Giltner. Been there 5.5 years. And in the last month, I've stepped into the operations manager position.
Oh, fantastic.
Great.
I'm going to roll it back now. Were you born in Idaho?
Yes. Yep. I was born in Jerome at the hospital there. Lived in Wendell pretty much my whole life. So yeah, I'm a Idahoan.
Idahoan?
Raised. Yep.
All right.
What brought you to Giltner? Why did you make the better move?
Well, I actually met Mark Durfee at my previous employer, and so I knew that there was some positions open at Giltner, and talked to him, and that's kind of just how I got in. So
Right on. What's the transition like between from load planner to operations manager? What's that been like?
I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of learning.
Yeah, there's a lot there. Load planning's fun because it's kind of like putting a puzzle piece together, you know. Operations managers, it's a little bit different.
I would think it's almost along the same lines because instead of it's just a bigger puzzle, right?
Right. Yeah, the pieces are like this big instead of this big. Now, so yeah.
How many people are on your team?
Gosh, let's see. We've got like around 15, 20 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of us.
Takes a lot of folks to support all of our professional drivers out there for sure.
It does.
Yeah, and all the different positions. So it's good.
Yeah.
Could always use more.
Couple.
Yeah, that's right.
Where do they
12.
Where do they get an application, Ken?
I would probably go to Giltner.com.
That's right.
That's a good place to
right.
get
You
it.
could reach out to kcox@Giltner.com. Give us a call. I would say the phone number, but I don't have it. What's the phone number?
208-324-4255, extension 0, ring of the whole office.
Right on. Right on. Do you have any new members on the team?
Well, let's see. We've got maybe not real new, but Carrie, she's been there a little bit. She's in customer service. She's probably the newest addition. And she's been there about 2 months now, something like that. So she's doing great. She's picked it up really quick. And let's see.
Jace.
Jace, yeah.
Jace is
Jace is the new driver manager. He's been there about the same amount of time. Roundabout, he's picked it up super quick, and we're really impressed with him. Yeah, those are the newbies.
And then Mike, he's kind of moved over now, isn't he?
Yeah. Mike used to be a driver manager. He's moved into my old position, planning Idaho outbound, Utah outbound. So all the new drivers, when they first start, they'll meet him. He gets them their first load, and then he's been learning that area. So.
I think Derek too.
Yeah,
Derek's new.
Derek's
pretty
new.
new.
Yeah.
What do you do on your off time?
Man.
Do you have off time?
A little bit. Yeah, this like trucking, it never stops. But I've got 2 little girls. I've got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and they keep me pretty busy. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Did you grow up in transportation, or were you, out of high school thinking, well, I can, pick potatoes, or, how did that start?
Yeah. Well, actually, funny story. My dad worked at Giltner in the early 2000s. He was in the shop. He specialized. They sent him out, and he learned reefers, how to work on the carriers and everything. And so,
right on.
Yeah. And so he did that specifically for Giltner in the shop, and then he loved Giltner. In fact, he ended up leaving Giltner and starting his own business, but he loved it when he was here, and then he retired. And so I always thought it was kind of funny that I kind of came in,
Followed the footsteps almost.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
What do you think of the Cowboys?
Oh, let me butt in there a little bit. I know a bunch of old timers. You've been doing this for a while with a couple different companies I know of, and I get comments from some drivers on how much they enjoyed taking dispatches from you, conversating with you. You know, it's always nice to hear that on an outside source, and then be able to correlate it together.
Yeah.
It's always nice to hear good things.
Absolutely. And you know, being a planner, a load planner, our drivers, they know the country pretty good because they're running from coast to coast, you know. But being a load planner, especially if you haven't been out there running a truck all the time, you know, to get to know all these different places and towns and cities and get a good idea of what's going on, you got to be in it for a while. You got to really start planning on that, you know what I mean, on knowing where everything is so that you can effectively plan loads out, you know, on the trucks and keeping work in front of our professional drivers. So it's not a very easy task to do, you know, to capture it all. It's a little bit different if you're out there running through it. You can remember stuff, you know, but when you're looking at a map and planning it out, you got to have your game on.
Yeah, there's like 600 states or something like that. No, maybe not.
Yeah, that's right.
They all have hydration.
Hydration. You do as you're going through the office and you guys are talking with Matt and a couple of other guys. You've got a pretty good health regimen that you do. You're working out. You're doing that kind of stuff. Is that something that bleeds into your day-to-day job and into our professional drivers?
Oh, I think it's a good stress reliever for sure. Sometimes you know, stuff's not going your way and you can leave. I go to the gym on my lunch break, and that helps a lot. You can just kind of blow it off in there and then come back and, you know, and I think it sharpens your mind too a bit. You can think more analytically and put stuff together, especially when you're in there lifting weights or whatever, and you can kind of turn your brain off. I think subconsciously you're still working on puzzles, you know, and you come back to it later. And make it fit. So
Sure.
As you're transitioning over, becoming ops manager, what kind of hurdles have you had to overcome?
We're trying to maximize efficiencies around the office, and there's our email volume is incredibly large. We're getting thousands of emails a day. I don't think that we can do anything to trim them, but we're working on getting the right emails to the right people and them not having to see all the other clutter. So that's been kind of a challenge lately that we're dealing with. And we're trying to just kind of put the drivers first in every situation. So that's kind of what we're working on right now and moving towards.
Right on.
So, yeah.
Speaking of seeing, what's our safety topic today?
Today we want to talk about getting the big picture. And in saying that, you know, we've talked about having a clean windshield and having good eye protection or sunglasses or whatever it's going to take for you to be able to see when you're running down the road. The next thing is going to be your mirrors, adjusting your mirrors and whatnot. You know, I'm sure everybody.
Can you do that while you're driving?
It's not advised.
I'm out on the hood. I'm like, okay.
Unless you got a power mirror.
I sit different all the time.
But you know, you sit in the truck and you look out and you can see out your mirrors. And the worst thing is when your mirrors are turned in a little bit too much, and all of a sudden you're looking at the side of your trailer in 50% of your mirror. You know, you just can't get the big picture that way. That trailer's back there. You know it's back there. Adjust your mirrors out a little bit. Maybe catch the edge of that trailer so that you can see it in your mirror, but it doesn't take up all your mirror. And that way it'll open up some more visibility to either the fog, past the fog line on the right side of the road or off into that left lane, you know, kind of keep an eye on what's going on there. So
If you see the whole trailer in your mirror, probably need to get a hold of safety and maintenance.
yeah, you probably do. Got a little dog tracking going on there.
A little icy.
Yeah, for sure.
Another thing,
sure.
talking about seeing, is there any main focuses on certain KPIs for the rest of this year?
We're trying to just get numbers up across the board. The market's kind of tough right now, but that's our main focus is just trying to get more nickels and dimes at every load and get everyone's revenue up. So
Yeah, it's been rough. You know, we had talked a few episodes ago that the first quarter is the worst this industry's ever seen. The second quarter numbers came out. It wasn't too much better, but there are indications that we are coming back up. So that's good to know.
I know we're working on a few things. The balance between brokered and contract. I know we're looking into different softwares for maintenance, for better maintenance programs. All of those things are beneficial to our whole company, company-wide. So that's a good thing going forward as well.
Absolutely. You know, we've gotten some RFPs back, and we've completed some RFPs, and we were rewarded some newer business, and our professional drivers will probably be seeing some of that. So that's a good thing. This week has been a pretty good week. We had touched base with a couple new customers, and they're willing to give us the opportunity to get in there and start hauling for them. You know, I mean, our professional drivers, they do a great job on what they're doing, and I'm sure once we get into these places and start taking care of them, they see what we can offer as a company, we'll be rewarded with some volume out of these customers, and that's just a great thing, you know.
Fantastic. That's into our KPIs again. I mean, that's on time deliveries, on time pickups,
Yeah, and
service failures.
the more we can get away from a bulk of brokered freight, the better off it is for us running dedicated customers. We still need to have those relationships with the brokers, you know, that's always going to be a need. But I think as a whole, if we can get away from that a little bit, we can help our team a little bit more with dedicated freight.
For sure.
We need your help.
That's right.
Those customers are not easily gotten. And so we need all hands on deck. We succeed, they succeed, we all succeed together. So
That should be a song.
there probably is a song. AC/DC do it. But on planning and that as well, there's a reason why we do things a certain way, and it's to benefit both parties, you know. And so if you see a short hop or something, there's a reason why that's happening.
Yeah, reach out to your DM.
For sure.
Yeah.
Find out the reasoning before we just decline a load or something. You know, there's a reason why we're doing that.
Yeah.
Is to get you where the money's at, especially in this market.
You bet. Joe, given your whirlwind every day, and you got a huge whirlwind, everything going and happening in that office, what can our professional drivers do on the outside that could possibly help the office team in that whirlwind, you know, that's going on? Is there something in particular that they could focus on and say, hey, you know, maybe if I did this or something, it would help the team inside the office, help them?
The first thing that comes to mind would be, and I'd preface this by saying, you know, if you feel like you need to call, we're always there. But if it's something that isn't, you know, really important, something that you can wait a while for an answer, just send us a message through your unit. Or, you know, if you can shoot an email too, but, you know, again, emails we're kind of trying to limit to, but definitely the phone calls, we get a ton of phone calls every day. If they're not real pressing matters, they kind of are just taking up time from the guy that does have a real issue somewhere that needs to get taken care of. So that would be definitely something, you know, you can watch. So
Great.
Yeah, use your Qualcomm, use your Samsara, get that in there.
Yep. I mean, we're right at 300 drivers.
yeah.
You know,
295.
295, and if everybody calls in one day, and then you've got customers that are calling in, and we've got different you know, people that are calling in for different things, it makes for a lot of phone calls.
A little bit.
If you don't first succeed, try again.
Yeah.
We're not ignoring you.
I'm ignoring.
Probably got two phones, one on each ear, and going, God, I wish I could talk to him instead. You know.
That's right. But you know, one thing, our drivers do an amazing job out there, and I can't say it enough. You know, that the challenges that our drivers see every day and what they're doing, they're truly professional drivers. Appreciate everything that our team is doing out there. Keep it up. It's definitely going to make a difference in the long run. You know, we talked about the market, we talked about customers, we talked about the challenges that are out there. and you guys deal with it every single day, and you do a good job. I want to thank you for everything that you do. It makes a huge difference, and we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you and what you do every day.
Absolutely.
Kenny,
What I do now?
I just want to know what your closing thoughts are.
Well, the Cowboys won the Super Bowl in July. No, I just want to thank Joe for taking time out to come hang out with us over here. We like having people on. Gives us more to talk about.
We've got a few more people coming on. I've got them lining up.
You got them lined up?
Yep. It's really. I think it's exciting. We got Miss Copeland coming on to learn, so we can learn more about the brokerage side of things. Because sitting here, and I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago. Like sitting on one side of the fence, it's easy to go, oh, well, this is easy, that's easy, this is easy. But then you get on the other side of the fence, and you can see what their whirlwind is like, and you're like, oh, it wasn't just as easy as I thought it would be. So I'm excited about that. We've got recruiting that's going to be coming in and talking about the new things that are happening with them. And so we've got people coming on, and really do appreciate you getting here.
For sure.
Yeah.
I understand, like it takes a lot to pull away from what you're doing every day. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
What are your closing thoughts, Joe?
Let's make some money.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Well,
It's a pretty good motto.
I like it. I'm gonna get it tattooed. Mega de money.
Just a dollar sign on your arm.
Yeah, just $1 though.
Just one.
Just $1.
Started out with $1.
That would be $1 more than I make now. Tune in next week. Bye.
See ya.
ya.